What's up guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg with a look at the official iPhone 6 silicone cases sold by Apple. So there are versions for the 6 and 6 Plus, and they all have the same color and design. So we're going to take a look at just the 6 in this video, but we'll take a look at all the colors. So we have black, white, pink, blue, green, and product red. Now the iPhone 6 case is $35. The 6 Plus is $4 more at $39. These are $10 cheaper than the corresponding leather cases for both phones as well. But of course, color options differ with the leather cases, and we'll take a look at the leather cases in another video. Now these are somewhat similar in design and coloring to the iPhone 5C cases, which also had black, white, pink, blue, green, but they also had yellow instead of product red. All right, so let's go ahead and crack these open. Of course, we have a back panel here which we can peel off pretty easily. So inside we have basic installation instructions. I don't think anybody needs instructions on how to install a case, but here you go. So again, on the inside we have this nice felt-lined liner. On the outside we have this nice silky silicone texture. It feels pretty nice in the hand. I really like the feel of these cases. This is again identical to the iPhone 5C cases in terms of the materials and textures they're using here. So the interior of the 5C case did not color match the exterior of the design, unlike the 6 cases here. So all the cases here actually have matching interiors to match the exterior. So again, a little higher quality. So again, you have iPhone designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. So again, if you look on the inside, you can see the liner completely wraps the interior of the case, goes right up along the edges and surrounds the buttons here. So you can see the volume controls. You can see your sleep-wake power on and off button right here, again wrapped in that material. And then you have a cutout for your camera module, which also allows room for the flash. And if you look closely again, you'll see that plastic ring around that to prevent glare from the flash. Now, of course, just like the leather cases, the opening on the bottom is completely free here. So there is nothing surrounding the base of the phone except for the corners here, which provides some impact protection along the corners, but of course does leave the phone a bit exposed toward the bottom. But again, you have no weak points around the ports here like you did with the leather cases, which did have a tendency to crack and fail over time. Alright, so with all the cases unboxed, we can take a close look around. So here we have that bright, vivid green color. We also have that sort of space gray, compatible gray color, which looks quite nice, again with the Apple logo toward the center. We also have that white, which I wonder how well this ages. Of course, white shows dirt a little more prominently, but again, nice matching interior color. Then we have my favorite color, which is product red. I think it looks particularly good with a space gray phone. Then we have pink. It's actually a little more pink than the 5C case. The 5C case was more of a salmon color here, so if you look at that, kind of a darker pink color versus this. This is a very light pink color. So there we go. The blue color, which is probably going to be one of the most popular, at least according to you guys when I posted this on Instagram. Most of you wanted the blue one. All right, so let's go ahead and slip our phone into the case, which is, again, very basic. Just snaps right in. Make sure it's secured toward the bottom so these corners are fully covered, because this is important for holding onto the phone. And when you want to snap the phone off, the best place to start is right down here, so you can pop it off like so. And there you go. So at the bottom again, you can see the wide opening here for all the ports, speakers, the microphone, and headphone jack. Of course, you also have the corners covered here, which wraps around the glass. This looks a little neater than it does on the leather cases. The leather cases look like they overlap. The corners look a bit more than the silicone cases here, so this looks a little more uniform, a little more precise. So along the side, you have your volume controls, which are very tactile here, so there is no resistance, no numbness to operating those controls, and you can feel them pretty easily with the raised edge along those volume controls. You also have plenty of room to operate the mute switch along the side. It's the exact same story with the sleep-wake switch along the right-hand side. If you look toward the back, again, you have the camera cutout, which perfectly wraps around the camera lens, provides some protection for that protruding camera lens. Of course, leaves plenty of room for the True Tone flash, as well as the much larger microphone. And of course, on the back, we have our Apple logo. And I think overall, the case is very attractive, very simple design, perfectly fits the phone, and seems to be well engineered for this phone specifically. Now there is a lay on table design here. There is a ledge that goes around this curved glass display, which again looks pretty neat. It does cover the metal trim, and the roundness of the phone also helps to secure the case on here. All right, so let's go and try some other colors here, such as white. I think this may look best on a white and silver phone, but I think it also looks pretty good on the space gray. Again, I'm not sure how well this color will age, but anybody who has a white 5C case, please let me know in the comments section below how well this has held up for you. Of course, we also have that bright, vivid pink color which again I think looks good on any phone, looks good on the black, looks good on the white or the white and gold. So there we go, a pretty vivid pink. It certainly glows in the light. Now without a doubt, the green case is by far the brightest here. So let's go and snap in our phone again. So again, it looks pretty sharp here again with the space gray phone with the black cover glass. Nice seamless design with this bright green line that goes around the phone. Again, I think it looks pretty sharp here. And then of course we have blue. So with blue, again, I think it's the most popular color among people who are interested in this case. So again, we have that nice blue color surrounding the phone with this nice thin blue line surrounding this black cover glass. All blue on the back, of course. And last but not least is product red. So as you can see here, product red does have the product red branding on the inside of the case, which is unique to this color. There's also a leather version, which I'm going to take a look at in this video and compare how they differ in terms of their overall construction. So again, just snap the case onto the phone. I think that looks perfect. I really like red and space gray. Of course, everybody has different tastes here. So again, we have that red and black motif here, which is now being known as the MKB HD edition for good reason. The guy has good taste. So I think it looks pretty sharp, and I'm definitely a big fan of this color combination. Now, as I said, Apple also sells a product red version of the leather case, and the color is quite a bit different here. So you can see the silicone case is more of a orangey red. To me, it's actually similar in color to the Nexus 5 bright red color versus the more blood red color of the red leather case here. I think I prefer the more muted red leather color here on the leather case versus the silicone case. Now, if you look closely, you see the camera cutouts are basically identical with that black ring. This is universal to all colors. Now, along the side, you'll find your covered buttons, which are a little more tactile with the silicone case than they are with the leather case, but the leather case does tend to wear in over time, so it'll grow softer the more you use it. Of course, you also have the same cutout for the mute switch, which again is just as easy to operate on both the leather and silicone case. Of course, we have a covered sleep-wake button on the right-hand side. Now, along the bottom, both cases are wide open, but the leather case is slightly different in design with those more graduated angles. Now, the interiors of the leather and silicone cases are basically identical. They're color keyed and lined with this felt liner. The only difference with the leather case is that the material doesn't completely line the edge of the case. Instead, you have the leather wrapping around the inside edge. Now, generally speaking, both cases have the same protection value, and they actually feel roughly the same. The silicone case, again, has that nice silky texture to it. The leather case, of course, has that nice smooth leather texture to it. I think the silicone case may be a little more grippable than the leather case. But, of course, the colors are very different here. You have bright, vivid colors on the silicone case versus the more muted colors of the leather cases. But, again, both of them are high-quality cases, but they still have one big drawback, and that's the opening on the bottom, which doesn't fully protect the phone, in my opinion. And, of course, these cases aren't cheap, especially for a silicone case. And I think calling this a silicone case is a little misleading. When I think silicone case, I think those cheap cases you buy for $1. But these are pretty nicely made. They're nicely molded, shaped, with a nice interior liner, nice feel and texture on the outside. So I think they're a little bit better than just a silicone case. And generally speaking, between this and the leather case, I think I personally prefer the leather case for those muted colors, the texture of the leather, and I actually like the way the leather wears over time. I'm not sure how well the silicone case is going to wear. Of course, that will require a long-term review. Alrighty guys, before I go, I'd like to know what you guys think of the available colors. Which one would you go with? Now, I think if you have the slate color, any of these colors work, but if you're looking at gold or white, you may want to look at the cooler colors for the white, like the blue or the green colors. But of course, I think any color really works. So that's going to do it for me in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.